Hi, my name is Kirsty Dugmore and I run a consultancy called SugaSpice. Over the last 3 years, I have developed an evidence-based marketing course. Essentially, this is global best practice theory, very importantly, fact-based or empirically proven global best practice theory that I apply to unpack and understand the principles that you would need to apply if you are looking to create effective marketing or brand growth, or ensure that you've got good brand health, whether it be for your service or your brand that you work on. One of the key sources that I use throughout the course is a company called Ehrenberg Bass, the Ehrenberg Bass Institute of Marketing Science, or some of you may know them as EBI, and they certainly have huge clout and respect in marketing circles as the largest marketing research house that there is, and certainly through all their research over the years, what has happened is they have debunked a lot of the armchair theories that us marketers have been applying in our trade in terms of trying to create effective marketing. There are a wide variety of these myths that they have debunked through their research, but one of them that I want to look at today is looking at whether, as a marketer, we should aim to create brand differentiation or brand distinctiveness. So should your brand be different, or should you create a brand that is distinctive within its space? As a starting point, let's understand what differentiation means versus distinctiveness. So to be different is to make sure, or to have a USP, a unique selling point. I'm sure you've heard these terms, differentiate or die. Your brand has to be different from other brands in the category. It has to perform differently. That's the reason your consumers are buying you, etc., etc. To be distinctive is to understand and accept that you are similar to other brands in your category. However, it is very important that you are unique and you stand out and you have got strong assets that ensure that you create your own space and that you look like you very distinctively within the category as a brand. I hope that makes sense to you. So what the EBI guys and many marketers in recent years, market researchers in recent years have sort of unraveled is that it is more sustainable and more effective to create a distinctive brand rather than a different brand. So is it an advantage to have a different brand within your space? Absolutely, but it's certainly very expensive and it's very difficult to sustain it for long periods of time. So even if you do create a brand, let's look at within the coffee brand, Nescafe came up with Nespresso and their pods, and they created a new culture and a whole new subset of coffee and how we made coffee, and that was fantastic. And yes, it absolutely was different for coffee within the category, but how sustainable was it? It didn't last forever. You know now, obviously, that it's a highly competitive subset of coffee, with all pods and all kinds of brands within the space, and legally you have no right to hold on to it. So it's really difficult to stay in that space. So as a marketer, it certainly makes more sense to make sure that you are distinctive. Can consumers recognize you? Can consumers see you on a shelf without having to look too hard? Are you distinctive? Do you look like yourself? Are you the Coke with red? Are you the Nike with the swish? Can consumers know that it is your brand? So even though you have a swish and there's a brand with 3 lines, can you see they are very good brands and they offer very good values, but they're distinctive within the category that they play in? So yeah, without harboring the concept too long, because we don't have much time, I hope this makes sense and makes you think about in terms of, instead of trying to make sure your brand is too different, please ensure that your brand is distinctive and that it looks like itself within the category that it operates. Thanks guys, chat soon, bye bye.